Hey guys, welcome to the third installment of Music Theory of Gaming featuring my feedback, my microphone's feedback. I am so happy to have you guys here. We got 57 viewers already in here, ready to get nerdy. This song is so friggin' fun. I'm already so excited about this. But here's what's going to happen today. We have a lot of new viewers from the Austin show, so I want to make sure you guys know what's happening on this stream. There are a few things. So we're going to speak to the music theory nerds. We're going to speak to the gaming nerds, and we're going to speak to the music nerds, which are separate often than the music theory nerds. There's a job I did a couple years ago on Broadway, and one of the composers, who's a world-famous, renowned musician, thanks for the follow, iDriver MWD, thank you. He came in and said, "You can read music? Wow." Most musicians do not read music, do not understand any of this fancy stuff I'll be showing you, but I will be doing it for the music theory nerds. For the music lovers, I'll be explaining what's happening emotionally in this score and why it feels this way. And then for the gaming nerds, I'll be talking about why this score feels the way it does. So we're gonna tickle everyone's fancy today. Do you think someone who wants to make music for games needs to know music theory? So we're gonna discover that throughout this program. So every Sunday at 5 p.m. PDT, I'm gonna come here, and I think we'll discover the answer is it will be yes. It's like asking, does a pitcher have to throw a fastball to make it to the majors? Well, 96% of them do. The 4% who don't throw a knuckleball. The rest throw a fastball. So do you have to know music theory? I guess not. You could be an outlier, but knowing the music theory is going to help. Because when a composer comes up, or a director comes up to you and says, make it feel kind of like James Bond, you go, okay, well, we know that that's this. We know that. Or I could do a version of it. There are different versions of that chord I could do, and they want that James Bond feeling. Maybe they really meant Mission Impossible. And I'm thinking, wow, it's kind of a minor pentatonic feel. And I'm thinking of all the chromatic melodies. That's a Mission Impossible vibe. Maybe they meant that. So having music theory as an arsenal, it allows you to recognize what's happening in the music, and thus you can recreate it, right? Versus writing the same gosh darn song again and again. Hey, it's me, Poof. Nice to meet you, me, Poof. Welcome to the channel. 69 viewers already for this nerdy thing. We haven't even begun. Wait till you see how this is going to explode today. Okay, the lighter is lit. That's right, Julia Holtz. Thanks, Chaos Dragon, also for the emote, the last minute emote he made with my ZC symbol, and it's the lighter. So let's dive in to the world of Undertale. Now, this music, I have never heard this music before in my life. Part of what we do, thanks, Short Addiction, for the follow. Part of what we do in this channel, when I do my music theory of gaming streams, is we have a blast because I'm just listening on the spot, and I'm using my ear training to make sure I can hear whatever you guys need and analyze it immediately, right? So I had never heard this until before the stream, minutes before the stream. This song is freaking awesome. It does so many tricks that I do in my own music. Anyway, let's dive right into Undertale. Okay, so we're going to get a little black colored pen right here, and we're going to go nerdy immediately. So here's what's happening in this song. Now, this song is called Megalovania. Megalovania. Okay, so let's make this big so you can start to see some of the notes we're going to be writing. Okay, let's make this page big. So Megalovania. Okay, so the first thing I notice is the underlying harmony when I'm listening to a song. So this song is in D minor. Okay, so let's first off get our key snitcher straight. That's going to be 1 flat. Okay, 1 flat is the key of F major. It's also the key of D minor. All right, got it? Okay, so the first thing I hear in this song, and let's move this down, is here's the first thing I do. We're going to listen to the harmony. So I hear a D minor chord, and it's for 4 beats, okay? Because this song is in 4/4, and we're not going to get too nerdy on that. We're just going to listen to this song and get the harmony because we're trying to get the overall feeling. Sort of like the colors we're presenting in this song, right? So, thank you for the subscription, June. Oh, you're going to get a subscription song over this. So this whole melody. Okay, so what's happening is this melody that implies D minor, we have D, A, B, G, or A flat, G, F, D. This is basically the minor blues scale. But the bass note keeps changing. So essentially what's happening in this song is D minor, then D minor over C, Then this is a common trope in music, then D minor over B, otherwise known as B half diminished, but we'll talk about that in a second. It's also could be considered D minor 6 in third inversion, but it's not. It's not that. It's B half diminished. So I'll just write B half diminished here, okay? I'll say minor 7 flat 5 for those who aren't familiar with jazz shorthand terminology in charts. And then D minor over B flat, otherwise known as B flat major 7, okay? Check this out real quick. So we're just getting the underlying harmony of why this song is so freaking badass, okay? So what are the notes in B flat major 7? Well, they are B flat, D, F, and A, okay? What are the notes in D minor over B flat? Well, they are D minor, D, which is called D, F, A, and then there's a B flat down here. It's over B flat, right? Those notes sure do look the same, because they are... Okay, so in some sense, I could call it B flat major 7. In other sense, I could call it D minor over B flat, because this D minor triad is inside of a B flat major 7 chord, right? So it is a D minor over B flat, but also it's a B flat major 7. This is a common harmonic structure in music. You've heard it maybe in songs like in a sun laid on the pages. These same chords. In our sun, right? The past is gone, and my life just turns to dawn. Harry Nilsson has written songs with these changes. Now this song is... way different rhythm, way different feel, but harmonically, this is a common chord progression. So the second this song started today, I was like, right, this is that thing that we do in music all the time. We take a minor triad, D minor, and we just keep putting it over different bass notes. Dig? It ends up creating the half diminished chord here. It ends up creating a B flat major 7, but essentially what's happening here is we got a D minor triad, okay? And sometimes the D minor triad can be outlined by just... You could have a barbershop chorus, just one sings D, one sings F, one is A, or it can have a chord happening. Right, there are a lot of different ways of doing this. So what I love about this song already is that they're taking a melody and they're putting it over this very common chord progression of what's called a walk down. A walk down. The bass goes D, C, B, B flat. Everything else stays D minor. So let's keep playing the melody. Now what you're going to find is this D minor thing we're finding, it's going to happen again in the song, but the inversions are going to change. Over B will happen, then over B flat in a different order. Check it out. And I trust you guys can hear the song while my voice is still talking. I want some thumbs up or some okays that you can still hear me. Same thing's happening, just now with drums, now with bass. Okay, okay. Same thing's happening. D over C, this is melody, over B, making B half diminished, over B flat, making B flat major 7, over C. Okay. Now this thing, again, we're just staying in this D blues here. Okay, so, this melody in the end, in the second half, what I'd call the B section, same thing, blues scale. So this thing is being implied melodically. Okay, and then the bass is just saying we're going to change the inversions. Okay, now watch this. Here we go. So now that new melody's happened, but the same chord changes have happened. So this same D minor over C. Again, we're just talking about D minor, really, because it's being implied melodically, right? D minor over B, thus creating B half diminished, which we'll talk about how to solo over later. Then goes to D minor over B flat, which is essentially B flat major 7, as we already pointed out, right? Okay, and really what's happening, I should make this clear too. It's not a huge deal, but the last two beats, I believe, are going back to over C. Yep, C. So over C, 1 and 2 and So right here, there's like a little skipped dotted 8th 16th note vibe that ties to this, and this is over C. Back again here. So we got a little dotted 8th 16th note action tied. Oops, my bad. I wrote that incorrectly. ba-ba-da, ba-ba, ba-ba, and it ties to this thing, and it's over C. So, but bottom line is we're D minor over different notes. So what I could have done, more I Toby Fox, is what I did there, what I did there was I just changed the bass notes from D, C, B, B flat to like G sharp, to G, to F sharp. By keeping that melody, we're just putting it over a different bass note. It gives this movement, this quality of motion. It's happening. Stuff's happening. Just great to learn about things. Learn about Zane after the Austin show. Well, Aztec Knight, thank you so much. I feel the same way about music or about astrophysics. I watch all things astrophysics, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I love it. So watch what happens here. Same thing. We repeat this twice, okay? So it's 2 times both of these things. Now, we go to B flat, okay? So now, we'll call this the A section, okay? Here's how I write things out generally. This happens twice. Bo down 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 let it bo down 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 let it bo down 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 let it bo down 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 let it. That happens I think 4 times actually. This section is that whole thing happens twice, okay? So then watch this. Now we go to what I guess I'll call the C section, okay? Not babies. We're not talking about being in a hospital. Okay? Not talking about pregnancy. It's inappropriate. I'm talking about music theory. C-section, I heard what you thought, and it was wrong. Okay? I'm about music. Don't bring that crap in here. And we're back. After that commentary from that creepy guy who stared at you. His name is me. It's pretty creepy. I don't like that. Okay, here's where the bass note changes. Now we start with D minor over B flat. This is also common in music. If you're going to do a song that has slash chords, see how these are all slashes? I think we talked about this in the first stream. There's a big difference between a slash chord. Okay, slash chord looks like this. An example would be X over Y. Okay, for the math nerds. A polychord is a very different experience, and it's X truly over Y. One of them is a slash. One of them is straight up horizontal up in this piece. Okay, so this is a straight up D minor. This would be D minor over B flat major, right? Which is stupid because they share notes. B flat, D and F, D, F and A, whatever. But if I were to truly make a polychord, it would mean 6 notes. C, E, G, D, F, A. So a bunch of notes happening. Whereas a slash chord, which is what this whole song concerns itself with, it's all slash chords, nothing else. This is just D, F, A over any note. Just one note. This Y, because there's a slash, just one note at the bass. This thing, a polychord, you have to get a full triad underneath that. So you get 6 notes, 8 notes, 10 notes. So we're not messing with that today. This is not happening in this song. This is extremely jazzy. Polychords sound like this. Or this. Or this. Or this. Polychords are multiple triads together. This song is... See? Feel the difference between slash chords? Very little tension. It's just one different bass note. It's not that. It's not, let's see, this. It's not that. It's not that. It's not full-on polychords with tons of tension. It's just slash chords. Okay, we got it? So let's keep playing this song. These slash chords just change order now. So now we're creating a different type of tension. This would be like in a conversation if you were to throw back to something you had talked about previously. So I said, yeah, no, masks are weird. You don't have to wear a mask. And you do have to wear masks. I shouldn't even say that. Let's not even throw that out there. Yeah, eating protein isn't important. You don't need protein. Yeah, I don't even eat protein anymore. I fully have carbs, just carbs. That's my intro conversationally. That would be the A section and the B section. But in the C section, I might say, but now protein. Protein's not bad for you. I like it. I prefer carbs. Again, protein. It's not... So in the first sentence, I talked about how I eat carbs, and then I ended with I don't really eat protein. And then in this C section, I start with the protein. So here it's like ba 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 ba. Now he goes back to the ending of that A and B phrase and says, let's focus on that. Here it comes. B flat, bass, over C, D minor over C, D minor. Oh, this is freaking awesome. So this is why I believe Chaos brought all these things to my attention. All these songs that we voted on. This is your favorite song, right, Chaos? Because this is the coolest part of the song. So Chaos, check this out, dude. One of my favorite tricks in music happens on the second chord of this really cool turnaround. This type of turnaround, though, the first chord of it, it was used in No Doubt. No Doubt used this a lot. A lot of pop punk bands had used, not really pop punk actually, a lot of like alt rock bands from the 90s. So what happens a lot in alternative rock music, Nirvana, etc., is this idea of just going to a major or minor triad in a parallel way. So there's no real way to explain this harmonically out of context. This is a jigsaw puzzle that makes no sense, this piece. Once you play it with this chord that comes after it, things start to make sense again. So what's happening here, it's a very, very cool trick that implies a few different things. This is a very unique harmonic moment. These first four chords, Dream On by Aerosmith, so many other things, right? These ones we referred to, happens a lot in different music. This chord progression that I'm hearing right now, I mean, there was an artist I played with named Kitty something or other a couple years ago. She would do these chords. I think Katie Malua from the Republic of Georgia has done this progression. I mean, this is not a common progression. Here's what happens. C sharp, major. That is not from the key of D minor. In fact, I normally like to start off these streams by giving you the notes we'll be dealing with. So let me do that. This is only the third time we've done this stream, so I haven't quite remembered my format. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you the notes that are on and the notes that are off. You'll notice the C sharp and E flat are very off notes, okay? So the key of D minor has these notes. D, E. Actually, maybe we can create a chat train. Do you guys know the notes? I gave the first three. Do you guys know the rest of the notes? In the key of D minor, the key of D natural minor. I got D, E, F. Bamboo, junkie, lunky. It's not bad the only thing in terms of sharps. You're probably a stringed instrumentalist, you know, but it's important to be able to think of both because there's a big difference between an A sharp and a B flat. For example, when you're in keys, you generally only get one version of each note, unless you're working with diminished scales and the like. When you're working with major and minor scales, you only get one version of A. You don't get to have A and A sharp. Nope, that doesn't happen. So A sharp is the same as B flat, so we call it B flat instead. Because there has to be some sort of fifth in this key. Well, the fifth is going to be perfect. We're not going to have a perfect fifth and a sharp sixth and a sharp fifth. We're going to have a perfect fifth and a flat sixth, right? What kind of sixth do we have? A flat one, so we'll call it B flat. So the notes that are not on are E flat, aka, and I'll put in parentheses, D sharp, because these are enharmonic tones. That's not going to be here in this song. This is a half step, so we're good. But there's no note between those. There's not going to be a G flat. By the way, there is going to be a lot of A flat happening in this song, but that's because it's a blues scale. But we're talking about the general harmonic structure of the D minor scale, the key center. Okay, so F sharp ain't going to be in this. Nope. A flat ain't going to be in this. G sharp is another name for that. Nope, not going to be here. And then C, we'll call this B natural because it's just so annoying to call it C flat. And then we're also, remember how there are always 5 notes per major minor key that are not on? Well, the other note is going to be C sharp. Okay, / D flat. Now, what chord's happening here? C sharp triad. What is happening? So this really cool chord progression is going to go to E flat major after that. This is just really weird because look, we have 2 of the notes we're not supposed to have. We have this and we have this. Those are not supposed to be happening in the key of D minor, and yet they're both happening, okay? So this chord progression is cool for a few reasons. One, it uses tones that are not from the key center. We love that. In Zane, my sort of music, we love that. Another reason it's cool is this E flat chord could be analyzed, if it were in first inversion, which it's not, as the Neapolitan 6. 6 meaning first inversion. That's all that means. This is the Neapolitan. It's going to go back to B flat. major 7, right? D minor over B flat is the same thing as B flat major 7. We discovered that earlier. Okay, so Neapolitan chord. Back down to D minor over B flat. This happens a bunch of times. 4 times. What a great chord progression. Oh, hell yeah. So this is very jazzy. So putting a button on this C section, those 2 parallel major triads, those are essentially implying this. Let's just check it out real quick. So first, there's a common tone. The 3rd of D minor, which is called F natural, is also the 3rd of C sharp major. It's technically called E sharp, same note, right? So this note, common tone. It's a great thing to do in film scores. If I were scoring a really dark scene like a Tim Burton movie or even like anything with Johnny Depp in it, I might go, this is a very suspenseful feeling in the score. Whoa, there's something consistent, but it's changing its meaning based on whatever surrounds it. Might be like if you were to take a really beautiful blonde, I don't know, 18-year-old prairie girl, and she's walking through the fields, and then suddenly the camera angle changes in a Michel Gondry type, directorial moment, and now she's in a zombie land. She's here. She's still there. She's still here. She's still here. So she's our consistent, but she's being taken through different lands, zombies now. And then she's taken into a circus carnival, but she's still there. So common tones, we love those. So we love that. Then this chord creates a plagal cadence, because this is 4-1, 4-1, E flat major to B flat major. Okay, so it's fun for that reason. It's also fun because watch this. Very common chord progression in dark films is this. What's a dark film that has that chord progression? If anyone here can tell me a film, I'll give you one hint. Tim Burton directed it. If you can give me a film that utilizes the Neapolitan chord progression, which is in a minor key, you play a major triad up a half step. If anyone can give me one, okay, Nightmare Before Christmas totally has this chord progression, 1,000,000%. Corpse Bride also does. Great, good 2 answers. Edward Scissorhands, I don't know that it actually has this progression, but there's a superhero movie, I already gave it away, that is, the theme is filled with this progression. Where you take a major triad, Batman, yes, Jacob, exactly. So you take a major triad, and then you play the 5 chord a tritone away. So Batman is, and the song is in A minor. So B flat major back to A7. So this progression of a triad going a diminished 5th away to a dominant 7 chord, then to its 1, is very, very dark and brooding. Undertale doesn't follow the resolution. It doesn't go. It doesn't do this. It doesn't go to the A chord. It just leaves the A chord out. So it gives you the Neapolitan feeling of, oh, I know what's happening. And then the game goes, no, you don't. Goes back to B flat. So what was going to be a Neapolitan moment of, oh, we're going to our 5-7 chord from a flat to major triad. Whoa, E flat to A7. Here comes A7, of course, being our 5 chord in the key of D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're going to A7. We're going to the 5th from E flat because that's what everyone does here. No. Goes back to B flat, which is a plagal feeling. So there's just a lot of really cool harmonic stuff happening here. I bow down to Toby Fox for somehow designing a game and writing sick-ass music. It's amazing. All right, so So we love the D section. Here's why. Okay? Very Mega Man. Thanks for the follow, says Incho. Welcome. Here we go. B flat. Over C, over B for 2 bars. Okay, thus creating that half diminished 5. Great, okay. Okay, then it goes up to, got it. God, this is so great. So, we talked about this last week, what's happening musically here, and we'll talk about it in a second. Okay, so first let me write it down. So remember how I said last week that there were the Ed Sheeran type songs where as long as you're using the green notes, not the red, and you're playing diatonic harmony underneath it, you will not make a mistake. You will not hit a wrong note. We talked about that, okay? Same thing's happening here. So this is just straight D minor. So this repeats 2 times. Now that melody comes back in the second time. Now before when that melody happened, the chord progression was these first 4 bars. D minor, D minor, and then D minor over C, over B, or B flat. Okay? The second time, the chord progression is totally different. It's this. D minor over B is the first chord, B flat. D minor over C is the second chord like before, and then D minor over B for 2 bars. Well, this is totally different. But because the whole idea of this song is D minor, D minor, D minor, you can play this melody over anything. So this melody is going to come back in with different chords. It would be sort of like if I gave you like I keep doing food references on these streams, but if I were to start your meal off with like a shot of white wine. This is a terrible idea, but just a shot of a glass of white wine. You're drinking it, and it's this great fish meal. And then during the meal, you're like, oh, this fish is really tasty. What did you soak it in? I say, white wine. You're like, oh, the same wine. Yeah, the same wine you're drinking. It's in there. That's what's happening here. This melody before is this. Same melody is now happening over different chords. So the melody's not happening yet. Not yet. Just getting you prepared for these new chords. You prepare for these new chords. And then the composer goes, well, let's bring back in that melody over these new chords. Because they're all D minor bass chords. Hear it? Okay. So, super hip. Okay, we're back. Thanks for the follow, Arkins Joel. What's up? Oh, this is great. So this is just the low baritone guitar. Or just low guitar. B flat, C, D, C sharp, B, C, B. Okay? So this is the same deal. Great. So all that was this building moment, as you put it, exactly. It's building and gets ready for the break. This part is using what's called chromaticism. So chromaticism is when you go from color to color to color in order. Right? So if you were to say red, green, blue, whatever the colors of the rainbow are, and you went in order to each color, each basic prime color, that's what we do when we use the chromatic scale. So what the guitar player is doing here in this distorted tone is going chromatically. So initially, this new D section is B flat, C, B, B flat, C, D. But he says this. He says, B, D minor over B flat. Again, the whole song's going to be D minor over. That's why sometimes I don't even write the actual chord. See this? I don't even write it. Because it's just, yeah, we get it. The whole song's D minor over different bass notes. Okay? Except for this one special moment. Everything else in the song is literally a slash chord of D minor. Okay? Cool. So D minor's the top. It's like a fraction. Everything starts with whatever the number on top is, except in this case, it's the letter. Okay, so Pog. I'll take the Pog. Thank you. So D minor or B flat. Then watch this. Watch what happens here. And this cool distorted guitar. Over C. So that's chromaticism. So watch. he's trying to get back down to B flat. B flat's here, right? This is the beginning of the form. So he figures, well, if I'm going to walk down, this is a very jazz bass line type thing too, I'm going to walk down chromatically. So what's the chroma? What's the color that's immediately next to D? C sharp. So he goes D, D flat, C sharp, whatever you want to call it, same term, same thing. Then he goes to over C. Then he goes to over B. And what does B go down to if it goes down a half step? B, mother effing flat. So this whole thing is just a really fun way to get back to B flat. Now here earlier, he had gone, the composer, B flat, C, D, and then rested on D. But once the guitar comes in, he wants to create more tension. So the guitar player goes D. This is, I could have been simple like the thing before me, but I'm unique and different. Here's what the guitar player does. Now, there are other ways to do that. It doesn't have to be going chromatically down. He could have gone chromatically up. But what he's doing is he could have gone... Instead of, he could have gone like this. Different type of chromaticism. That's much less tense, so I prefer what the actual song does. Okay, we're almost done here. You hear it happening. This is our little E section, chromaticism. Here it comes. There it is, chromaticism. Melody's back. Because again, it's all D minor. Okay. Just a D blues scale, which is essentially D minor, plus an A flat. Yeah, I shredded So Song on the sub song, but thank you for subscribing, Bad Emissions. So thankful, thank you. And this is just the melody, so we don't even have to analyze this. Just D minor. Great. Same thing we heard before. This is the A section. I'm sorry, B section. Great. Same thing we've heard before. B section is what we're hearing right now. Okay? Okay, we've heard this before. Yeah, I thought I had enabled better Twitch TV emotes. Priscilla? It's weird. Is it not working? Thanks so much for loving the stream. I appreciate that. And hey, Silicon8121. Plump Tum, thanks. Feels good, man. It works for you. Good. So the song essentially keeps repeating that chromaticism's great. So I wish I had perfect pitch, but I have what's called relative pitch, which is a very different skill that I think is more important than perfect pitch, personally. It's about how notes relate to each other. So if I hear that this is D, once someone tells me that's D, then I know B flat's here, and B is here, and C is here, and A's here, and A flat's here, and F's here, and D's here. So relative pitch is where it's at. I mean, yes, perfect pitch people could have told those notes faster than I did just now, because they can see the colors versus grayscale. But what's nice about relative pitch is I can tell how those notes relate to each other. So I can immediately hear all these chord progressions. Whereas if you have perfect pitch but have never developed your language of relative pitch, you won't know how to do this. My roommate and I, Charles Jones, who you probably saw on the Austin show, we always joke about this. If we play a game involving perfect pitch notes, he'll destroy me. Just, note recognition. But when we do chords, a month ago, he's like, hey man, is this a B flat half diminished chord? And I said, what are the notes? He's like, it's B flat, D flat, F, and A flat. I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. This dude has the most insane ear, and yet those things are hard to know if it's just perfect pitch that you've developed, right? Mediocre relative pitch. So there are ways to work on it. Listening to songs like this helps a lot. So remember how I said earlier on that this is just like Dream On, these chords? Sit down and just take 10 seconds to realize that. Go play Dream On, which I believe sometimes some versions of it are in D minor. It's usually in F minor. But there are recordings in D minor online. You'll notice the same chords are happening at a slower rate. So just notice that and store it away. And then here's some Harry Nilsson songs that happen. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one is the loneliest number next to number 1. So it's not that I'm some genius. It's that once you hear Harry Nilsson, you go, that's that chord from Megalovania. That's that same chord progression from Dream On. It's about recognition. So it's about listening with an open mind and open ears when you're listening to music. Now, I'm wearing shorts today. So this is a funny moment, but I got to go get a guitar that has strings on it that work. Oh, so I can keep playing for you guys. So welcome to the short brigade. Oh. Okay, it's a hot summer day. What I'm talking about streaming like a professional. Okay, so maybe critically listening a lot. Exactly. So it's about when you go to a film and you love the film, pause the music and just try to figure it out in your guitar. And every time you do that, you're gaining more and more ability to recognize the next song. It's like, data begets data, basically. So it's all about analyzing. Exactly best study. A great way to do that is through the Real Book, which is the jazz compilation of great jazz songs. And you see, wow, that Cole Porter song sure looks a lot like Night and Day, which is another Cole Porter song. Wow, they both have 2-5-1s that start with a half diminished 2 chord. Oh, and you start to recognize that, Just like right now, when you're driving down the street and you see a parking meter, you go, that's a parking meter. You don't go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, slow down. Who are you, demon? Who are you? You stand about 3 feet tall, and you're looking at me with your goddamn googly eyes, and who are you, demon? No, you go, oh, right, it's like a metal pole coming out of the ground with it's not a head, it's not a demon, that's a parking meter. It looks different than the one in Los Angeles. The one in Santa Monica looks different, but it's a parking meter. Your mind does that immediately. You don't see a hot dog and go, be gone from me, spear. You small, floppy spear. Be gone from me. Dirty spear. What a spear. Oh, Blackpack's rating. What's up, guys? I'm doing an analogy about harmonic analysis and how to recognize. And I'm making a really bad joke about spears and hot dogs and other things. Tammy, I'm about to be raiding you like crazy, girl. You guys rock. Welcome to the Blackpack. We're doing music theory today. We are analyzing this incredible song from Undertale. We've already analyzed all this. So we're talking about how this whole song's in D minor. The entire song's in D minor. And we were talking about recognition. How do we recognize different notes? How do we work on this thing? Well, the more we get comfortable with music and recognizing what we can as quickly as we can, the more we notice that parking meter is a parking meter, and that other one's another one. And that hot dog is not a spear, a floppy spear. It's an edible item. We know it's a hot dog. Sure, that has ketchup and that has relish, but we know that they're both hot dogs. The same thing happens musically the more you critically analyze music. So we're just critically analyzing this, and we're noticing how these chord changes in Megalovania from a video game are the same chords as dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on till your dreams come true. Same as 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Same chord changes. Sure, this is much more intense, higher octane drums, but the chords are the same. And that creates a sensation to the audience of, I know this, I get this. I've heard this before, just not this intense. Totally. I love me some music theory too. Oh, thanks so much, Richard. Oh, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yeah, I look, exactly. Hey, great recognition. I look at you all, see the love, hear that sleeping. And then eventually, while my guitar gently weaves. Exactly. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Another one of the great songs that has this common chord progression. So, what are we going to do with all this information? By the way, Dr. Freezegood, thanks for following. Richard Biscuits, thanks for following. The Fridge. And Tammy, thank you for raiding with 152 people. You crazy girl. I'm about to be raiding you this week. I'll actually raid you, I think, tomorrow. I think you start right at the end of my Acoustic Mondays stream. Thank you so much for raiding me. So, again, the chromaticism, we've already gone over this. So we finished the song. We finished the song harmonically. We did all the most important stuff. We know that the melodies are blues scales. True noblest, welcome. So what are we going to do now? Well, how many musicians do we have in this audience? We probably have a couple. Probably have some jazz guys, right? Some guitar players. Most guitar players use this. The minor pentatonic scale. The blues scale is this. It's the same thing as the minor pentatonic plus a flat 5. So D, F, G, A, C, D. That's our minor pentatonic. 5, penta, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 notes. And then it repeats. D, F, G, A, C. Those are our 5 notes. If we add a 6th note, the A flat, the flat 5, we now have a minor pentatonic scale. Okay, so this song is... So all it is using that minor pentatonic scale, and then different versions of it. Then there's like this F natural bass melody. So what's the bottom line? If I want to solo over this song, play a D blues scale. Done. That's all I got to do. So I'm going to solo over the song, turn the volume down a little bit. So that's how I'm soloing over this song. I'm contributing melodically to what the song's already doing. So I'm saying, I hear what the song's doing, but I'm going to talk over it. It would be like if in a conversation I said, yeah, man, I really love ice cream. It's so good. And you go, oh yeah, mint chocolate chip, forget about it. I love that stuff in my mouth. I taste that all the time. It's my favorite. Let's get here. So we're talking to you. So you might say, yeah, I'm adding to your conversation. Well, what I'm saying is, if you take a song like this and you analyze it properly, like we just did, you realize the whole thing's in D minor, D minor, D minor, D minor, and you play D minor blues scale, you will be able to add melodically to this story. Now those 2 chords that we talked about, the weird ones, you got to be careful over those, okay? You got to be careful, but you can be. Here they come. Oh, I have a great thing to say about tone deafness. So check this out. Tone deafness, it kind of is a real thing. It's kind of not. Here's why. It is possible. It's very, very, very unlikely that anyone in this room is tone deaf. Here's why. If I come to you and I say, oh, you're telling me the truth? You can tell in my pitch, my tone, you're like, he's susceptible. Or not susceptible, he's suspicious. He's suspicious that I'm not telling the truth. Oh, you're telling me the truth? That's boo. That intonation implies to you that I'm suspicious of you. If I go, oh, you're telling the truth. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Way different melody. You'll go, oh, he's like being nice to me because he doesn't want me to feel bad. Oh, I don't want you to think I'm offending you. Did I offend you? Very different experience. You, when you talk to human beings and they change those tones, you recognize them. So if you can tell that, if you can tell someone's intention, if you have intuition about people, you're not tone deaf. You are noticing ba versus ba. Oh, you're telling the truth. That that intonation, intonation, that intonation is, I just discovered something. These are all different intonations, right? So, long story short, there's very few people here are tone deaf. You might be musically have a hard time understanding music and organizing it. For example, people who are dyslexic can't not see numbers. They can't not see letters. They just have a hard time organizing them. I have family members who are dyslexic. So they know that's 8 and that's 24, but once you put like 5 of them together, they go, I don't even know what's happening right now. What is happening? They're not number illiterate. They're not illiterate because they can't put H before T, but they're not great at organizing them. So long story short, being super perfect pitch or super tone deaf is nearly impossible. I'm glad you're learning a lot, Ark and Mal. That's what we're doing here, baby. Music Theory Sundays, every Sunday at 5 p.m. This thing keeps growing. We started with like 20, 30 people. Tammy rated us twice. God bless her. And then we got the Austin Show thing, and we started today over 130 viewers. Now you guys joined us as well. We're so happy to have you all here. This is... Oh, thanks so much, Jerry.Wave. Well, I love learning too, just like you guys. Mackledoon, welcome. Thanks for following. Dang. By the way, if you guys subscribe to the new followers and new viewers, I give you a really bad subscription song where I jam. Anyway, let's keep jamming over this song before we go to the next tune that everyone in my Discord voted on. If you'd like to vote on next week's game and songs, hop into my Discord, and we'll maybe do a poll at the end of this stream as well. Hey, Tammy. Tammy says, it's so great. I'm all about this stuff. Your analogies are super creative and clear. I learned so much from these streams. Thanks, Tammy. Well, I feel so calmed by your streams because you bring such joy and calmness and sweetness to this channel. I'm sort of funny. So let's keep jamming over this song, JCube TV. Now, I'll start doing some advanced stuff because here's the deal. If we want to get really advanced, I said use a blues scale over this song. That's all you got to do. It's all D minor over slash chords. But when you want to get more nuanced, you're going to find that on these first two chords, D minor to D minor over C, I'll probably want to stay in minor pentatonic and natural minor over this D minor over B, which is B half diminished. I have a lot of fun options. Super sick options. Some melodic minor options. The easiest being D Dorian. So the scale, I can imply the chord changes without even hearing the chord changes. So I just played a B natural. I played D Dorian. So the more you advance you get over analysis, you go, for that one bar, I'll play D Dorian or D melodic minor. For this one bar of C sharp major, I'll play C sharp, Mixolydian. We'll explain maybe a different music theory stream why. On the E flat, I'm definitely going to be playing E flat Lydian because that gives me an A natural, which is a common tone to the key of D minor. So check it out. Let's keep soloing. What am I doing there? I'm playing these notes, C and D. Any one of those green notes is going to work. Again, all green notes. All green notes. This is my biggest trick, okay? The great irony to me is a lot of people don't know about this trick. All you do is make sure you get clear by analyzing, you look at a structure. Let's say I looked at a structure, an edible structure, and I looked at one corner of it. Oh God, well it's a globule. I don't know, globule. What can I pair with a globule? Well, learn more about the structure. Go more macro. Oh, there's a globule there, and then the same globule in a circular shape. Wait, let me rub my eyes a little more. What is this? It says happy birthday on top in a gel-like substance. Anyone know what this is yet? It's a freaking cake. Oh, it's a cake. Got it. Hey, can I get some milk, please? You know? Can I have some milk to eat with this item? Now I know what the item is. If I look at just a globule and go, can I drink some wine? Or some beer with it? It's like, no, you don't probably want beer with cake. I mean, maybe you do. You probably don't. You know? Can I get a white mule? A Russian mule, whatever they call it? Dr. Freeze, good welcome. Oh, J-Rock subscribed. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a subscription song in a second. So, point is, the more we know about a song, the more we can improvise freely inside of it. So we want to get as macro, and globules are delicious, okay? Globules are delicious. I mean, beer and cake is acceptable. You know what? To be fair, thank you. Cass CB, what's up? Long time no see. Yeah, man, we're doing some music today. So, these notes pair real nicely, the green ones, okay? These are from the key of D minor. This song, we've analyzed it so well. We know that it's gobbles. Whoa, that's like globules. What's up, Gobbles52? You better gobble up that cake. This guitar's too hard to play. My other guitar's easier. You're learning Megalovania and Ocarina? Hell yeah. I hope you stream, because I'll follow you. I'll watch you do that. Thanks, Richard. So again, long story short, you can totally do D minor blues scale over this whole song. I've analyzed Megalovania and it's D minor blues and has a cool flat 6, flat 7 cadence. Totally. So we were talking about that. So just real quick for the music theory nerd that just popped into our channel. So we were talking about how essentially this entire song is slash chords. It's all D minor over something, thus creating a half diminished chord when the B natural's in the bass, a major 7 chord, a B flat when the flat 6 is in the bass. And there's this really fun moment of parallel major triads, which sort of imply the Neapolitan chord, and this C sharp shares a common tone of the third of C sharp being the same third as D minor. And so there's some fun stuff we talked about, but this whole thing really is a D minor blues scale, exactly. So I like that you already know what's up. So I think we did a great job on this song of how to improvise over it. Now I'll give you an idea of what I would play. Oh, right, this guitar's broken. Of what I would play were I to improvise over this song without the recording. So I'd probably be doing some of this action. Let's go face cam focus. All right. Something like that. Something like that is what I would do over this song on a guitar that is not meant to be played. This is meant for wall beauty. That thing has not been set up in 5 years. Okay, cool. So that's what we learn from things like this. When we analyze harmony, we can create our own compositions. And I might play something like that. It's a little different. You would never know I got it from Megalovania. I might play a different tempo of it. I might change that melody and get rid of it altogether, but follow this chord progression. And what's really fun about this too is you can start doing mashups. So if I go, one is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Thanks so much, Jerry. Two could be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number next to number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two could be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number next to number one. So I could do a mashup. I could do dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on till dreams come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on till dreams come true. I have to practice some of this stuff. Or if I'm doing in a different key. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping. If I'm playing it on Twitch, a lot of Undertale fans, I might jump into Megalovania. While my guitar gently weeps, right? I look at the floor, see the love there that's sleeping. Still my guitar gently weeps. I look at you all, see the lovers they're sleeping. Still my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see me sweeping. Still my guitar gently weeps. You know what I'm saying? So this is how mashups work. When you can recognize, oh, that's that minor chord thing that's going down with different roots, slash chords. Then you can just bring that into your song and mash it up. A lot of times people are really impressed, like, whoa, how'd you mash that up? It's just simple recognition. Globule, zoom out. Icing, zoom out. Happy birthday written in gel cake. So let's take away the infancy of music being mysterious. It is mysterious and wonderful. It doesn't become less mysterious the more theory you learn. It just becomes more exciting and fun to listen to. That's my strong opinion. Anyway, so we are going to go to the next song. So Death by Glamor is the next one. So let's get in here and have some fun. So Death by Glamor. What a great name. Death by Glamor. And let's hear how this song goes. Now, I've never heard this before. That's part of the fun of this, okay? So let's learn this together. So song number 68, Death by Glamor. Sorry. So this is an E minor. It's really an E Dorian. Hip. Oh, hell yeah. Wow. This is a great song. Cool. Okay, this is some serious Janet Jackson vibes. I love it. Song's a bit quiet. Oh, I keep pausing it. So let's bring up the chart and start to analyze this, okay? This song is very loopy with new melodies. Curse Roll, welcome. Elon Tusk, welcome. With Waffle, welcome. Homus, welcome. RS21, Beta Eduardo, I've missed a lot of followers. Mario TG, welcome. Nejin, well, please join the Discord because we get super nerdy about this sort of stuff in the Discord. X Empire, welcome. We're close to 325 subscribers today. Okay, so we're going to turn up the music in a second. We're just sort of analyzing it together. It's a short song. It's mostly in E minor, and the melody is going to change. That's it, right? The harmony, underlying harmony should stay the same. Wait till we analyze that. We know what's happening there, but we'll analyze it together. Oh, this is a great song, guys. Anyone noticing the Sonic the Hedgehog vibes? Anyone noticing the secondary dominant vibes? Damn, this is awesome. Anyone noticing the secondary leading tone chords? Am I right or am I right? For real, though. So first off, that moment, we're going to analyze the whole thing in its entirety, but... my voice... So we're not in the key of E major. We're basically in B major. But we'll talk about this in a second, but this is secondary dominant doing the 5 of the 4 chord to get to the 4 chord. This happens a lot in songs like, I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. This song is not in any sort of key that would have a B dominant 7 in it. This is the Music Soul Child song. 2-5 to the 4 chord. This song's in B major. It's in G sharp minor, but it's in B major, right? Same difference, relative major and minor. I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. Also that, I just wanna know your name, and maybe sometime we can hook up, hang out, touch you. Okay, cool. So that moment is very Sonic the Hedgehog Green Zone, the second level. There's secondary dominance in that. Also, the actual timbre of the notes is so Sonic the Hedgehog. I love this. Hold up. That was fantastic. Oh. Wait, hold up. That little synth bit was tight. All right, so this song starts in E minor. Really kind of E Dorian, because we're hearing that C sharp. D, C sharp, right? So that's really important, because this is not really E minor. Once we have a C sharp, it's really E Dorian. So what's our key signature going to be? Oh, I wonder. So we're going to write this in the key signature of D major. What? You got to be kidding, Zane. Are you serious about this? Are you serious about this? Yes. All right. Got it? Because the key of D major, the second mode of D major, E Dorian. So let's start with our green notes, which we always try to do. We are in E Dorian for this song. Okay, now mind you, I've never heard this. And this is part of the trick we're trying to teach in these music theory of gaming things. Recognition, the more songs we recognize, the more we can recognize. So if you do this every day, like I did in high school, 3 to 4 songs a day, you work on analyzing them. I don't understand what's relative pitch happening in that song, but it kind of sounds like that song, and is it similar? And then you analyze it and find if it's similar or not. So we know this is E Dorian because of too many years of doing this stuff in high school. All right, and college. So literally every note you're hearing with all this, I wouldn't call it dissonance, but clutter, the low piano stuff with the high piano notes, they are all going to be these notes. Can someone spell E Dorian? Thanks, Richard. Can someone spell E Dorian? Let's spell it in the chat. E is our first note. What's our second note? Let's mask this for a second so you guys can't cheat. No cheating. All right. So what's our second note? Anyone? Oh, something happened. Oh, someone rated me with a party of 84. Schnaff. Wow. Thank you so much. We're doing music theory of gaming today, and we're working on Undertale, Death by Glamor, and we're analyzing harmonically what's happening and emotionally and psychologically and how it's making us feel. This is clearly like a Janet Jackson era kind of dance groove, and it's in the key of E Dorian. And I want the chat to spell out for me the notes of E Dorian. Exactly. F sharp, correct. What's our third note in E Dorian? Welcome to all the new followers. Renter, Jack, Captain Terrific, and Schnaff, thanks for rating me. We haven't met before, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'd love to hear more and learn more about your channel and you. Seal Zapple, welcome. So this is how we raid. I love it. I love your guys' emotes. I'm a new streamer. I've been here for less than 3 months. I was a finalist in Austin Show's talent show. And I'm streaming 5 days a week. If you hit command schedule, you'll see my schedule. Every Sunday, I do music theory of gaming. And if you hop in my Discord, you can vote on what my next game is. We've done Legend of Zelda. We've done, what did we do first? I forget. My brain. I forget the first one we did. But we've had a great time doing these games. Today we're doing Undertale. Thanks for following Nerdy Swagger. Well, Nerdy, you're in the right place because we're super nerdy. Hell yes, Schenkerian analysis. I love it. Okay, so McGuire already gave the answer, yes. So long story short, we already knew that this key signature had 2 sharps because we're in the key of D major, a.k.a. the key of E Dorian. He's just the second mode of D major. So A, B, we have C sharp. That's that C sharp, D, C sharp that we keep hearing in this bass line. D, C sharp, D, C sharp. Were it to have been D, C, we'd be in E minor, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. But we're not in that. We're in E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E. We're in E Dorian, okay? Lionel Music, thank you for subscribing in 1 month. Well, you get a sub song. We're doing this song, but you got to get the subscribe. Now, I know you, Lionel. Lionel Music, subscribe to my channel. I feel so grand. Lionel Music, subscribe to my channel. You want to start a really cool band? We'll be called Man Bun, and we'll wear man buns, and it'll be a really, really great time. Truth be told, I'm already in a band called Man Bun with 4 of my friends, so we can't use that name. It's gonna be a different name. We can start a band, and it'll be you and me, and we'll do secondary dominance all evening. Even some German augmented 6 chords and some 5/7s and inversion. Lionel Music, subscribe to my channel. We're only 4 subscribers away from my goal. I'm hoping to get to 325 before the stream ends. Well, who knows? Let's do the German augmented 6 and 3rd inversion to make it feel like we're watching the movie Young Frankenstein, and it ends. Whoever's watched Young Frankenstein knows what I'm talking about. When Igor's eyes pop up and the camera pans, the song ends like this. And it ends. And it's a German augmented 6 chord in 3rd inversion. Am I right or am I right? We love the raid. We love the new people. Music Theorist Pog says Silicon 121. That's my favorite Undertale track. Me too so far. El Hungen, welcome. Linus Band. LNA's Band. 92. We love it. Mixel XD1. Guys, come join the Discord. Hit it up. We are nerdy in here. Music Nerd myself had to spread the love. Schnaff, what a great person you are. I'm clicking on you right now. I apparently looked you up in my dictionary. So that's how good I am at stuff. But we're about to follow you, because I really appreciate that raid, and I can't wait to see what you do in your channel. I can't wait. So we're going to keep going with this Undertale thing. We're going to talk about the underlying harmony. Schnaff's about to get a follower. Now, I obviously typed your name in incorrectly. SH, there's no C, because there's 1 follower on the other channel. And we respect that, because that person probably loves watching stuff. But you, my friend, are a streamer. Here we are, Schnaff. 15,000 followers, classical guitar. Oh, I can't wait to watch your stuff. I'm following you right now. Thank you so much for the love. This is awesome. 15,000 followers, and you're hosting me, and you're so cool. I love it. Thank you. So shout him out. We love that. So everyone wrote down E Dorian, and we're scrolling all the way down so we can see what's going on. Oh, thank you so much. I do something similar on Wednesdays. Schnaff, I'll be watching on Wednesdays. I do a thing on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. PDT called Woodshed Wednesdays, where I practice real book tunes and suggestions, and I loop, create ambient loops for people to study to and all that, and I explain my process of what I'm learning as I practice. So if your stream is later in the evening, I will totally be rating you. Can't wait to see your stuff. Really can't wait. Thanks so much, Beta Eduardo. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Let's keep going. Let's analyze this song together. Okay. So what I would do, were I to be playing in a band that had this song, I'd essentially call this E minor 6. I actually might even call it E minor 13, because that ba is the 7th, thus creating an experience of the extensions 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, right? And then our C sharp comes up as a 13th, no longer as a 6. So we can call this E minor 13, and the whole song is kind of this vibe. Here's why we're going to write this, though, because it changes keys later on, okay? Although, you know what? That it's kind of a 2-5 situation, isn't it? It's kind of not E minor 13 to a, yeah. So we're going to call this a 2-5, and this will be a fun launching point into jazz music. So a lot of what I do on my stream is full concerts, and there's a lot of jazz in those concerts, a lot of jazz elements. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just wearing my scrubs. No, this is not scrubs. Great, Nenjin. Well, here we go. I'm itching my nose, pardon me. Let's get this happening. Let's listen to this. Okay. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit so you can hear me talk over it and explain. That minor 9 chord's great. We love that. Okay, so here's what really becomes the 2-5. Mary Daniel, welcome. So again, all these notes are green. It's all really coming from E minor pentatonic, but the chords are essentially. Now, what other song has 2-5? Well, a Michael Jackson song does. Why do I think of Michael Jackson? Because this song totally sounds like a Janet Jackson track. So Michael Jackson would have, the chords happen faster. The Earth song, Pink Floyd has exactly 2-5s. A lot of jazz songs do. Satin Doll does. This is a 0015, not a triple O, but I do love this guitar. A lot of jazz songs like Satin Doll. So a lot of songs have 2-5s. This one does the 2 for a little bit longer than the 5. Also, Jason Mraz does these chords a lot. Also, guess who else does these chords? Me. You guys know my song, I Love You? Oh, where do you go? I'm going to distort the mic because the gain's too high. When you lose control, I love you. It's so hard to being alone. 5. And I won't lie, I'm on my own. 2-5. Okay, so 2-5s are very common in music. They give us the context of the key more than anything else in music, really. 2 and 5. That lets you know what key you're in. It's sort of like if you say, well, I saw Reeve there, but like I didn't see Paris and Zane or Marty, so like I don't know if the Carneys were there. I know Reeve was there. But if you see Reeve and then me, you're like, oh, I bet it was a family outing. Because it's Reeve and his brother Zane. It's probably a family thing. I see the family now. You need at least 2 family members to know it's from that family. 2 chord, the 2 minor, the 5 chord, 5, dominant 7. Those 2 chords let you know what family we're coming from. We're coming from the family of D major, a.k.a. E Dorian. Okay, cool, we got it. Key signature of 2 sharps. So let's find out what happens when it gets cool at the end. Okay. Oh, I'm so with that. Najean's talking about doing a 2-5-1 to the 2. She's talking, he, she, I'm not sure. They are talking about this. It really makes you want that 2 chord. You can 2-5 anything. You really can. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh. So great. This is like that Jordan Knight song. There's actually some serious Jordan Knight elements of that song. By the way, Kojo, P. Blackle, Rich Rikus, Coco, Lordo, Calcula, Lord, whatever. We got new people in the Discord. You come in, I shout you out. I love having new people in the Discord. We love having you guys. Oh, God, this is awesome chaos. This is so freaking dope. I'm going to start using these chord changes in my set. This is so dope. So C major, right? Because now we were in E Dorian, C sharp. But now we're hitting the C major. So now it's like, oh, were we in E minor all along? Well, we weren't for the beginning of the song, but we're about to be. So now we're in 1 sharp. There's a little key change happening, right? And these chords are just rough estimations as far as form. There's a lot of repetition here. So now we're changing key signatures to 1 sharp. Oh, boy. So now we're in G major, essentially, / E minor, right? So that C sharp is becoming a C natural because here goes C. Okay, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, B. And then this chord is, I think it's B flat diminished. Let me just double check. Daniel, I'm shouting you out. Boy, we hope you brought pizza, is what Discord says to me. Welcome to the Discord. We love having you. It's weird because it feels like B flat major 7, but it's not. What is this chord? Okay, hold on. This might take a second to analyze because I have not. So with recognition, when you hear a chord change you don't normally hear, it takes a second. Is there any natural in there? Is there any natural? Is there any natural? It's not that. Ooh, shut up, Kate. Just subscribe with Twitch Prime. You subscribed for 2 months. Well, shut up, Kate. You're about to have a fancy subscriber badge. So you have a different colored one. You're going to have a purple one, I think. A purple subscriber badge. Write to us and let's see. Zane gets the money instead of Prime. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for subscribing. I don't have perfect pitch, Nadine. I have really intense relative pitch. A little too intense. And the way I describe perfect and relative pitch via analogy, and I wonder if you'll agree with this, is perfect pitch is coming into a room like mine and saying, red, blue, gold. But then when I say, what are those things? The person goes, I don't know. I see the colors, though. Relative pitch is, oh, there's a guitar, there's a light bulb, there's a guitar amp, a suitcase. And then I say, what color are they? They go, I don't know, it's all gray. But I see the items. Well, which one would help you navigate this room more? Knowing the colors of these things in the room or knowing what they are? In my opinion, knowing what they are helps you navigate the room more. So just being able to quickly recognize the color like a calculator, that's cool, but it doesn't really help you navigate this room. But seeing what's happening, oh, that's a great guitar. Now, what if you add relative pitch in the way that I do? Where if you say to me, that suitcase is blue, I go, well, if that suitcase is blue, then that's burgundy amp. That's a gold guitar, that's a red light, and that's a green lamp. So for my relative pitch, if you give me one of the colors, I can paint the rest of the room in whatever color. I get the colors now, but it's gray initially. So essentially, I have about as close to perfect pitch as you can have, plus I have all the relative pitch tools of being able to acknowledge all the objects in the room. So I find relative pitch to be way more useful for navigating musical pieces. I know some incredible singers that I knew in high school who had the most incredible perfect pitch, and yet they couldn't improvise, they couldn't compose, and they had a hard time doing anything other than using it as a party trick. Then you have geniuses like my roommate Charles, he has the language without maybe using the classical language, but he has the language. He knows when I play this, he plays that chord. When I play this, he plays that chord. He can recognize chords I play way more intensely than I can, and he's even better at it because he's developed his own version of relative pitch. But we've got to have some sort of relative pitch if we're going to be able to navigate music. Just knowing the colors, that's a party trick, you know? It might be like seeing someone in a dunking contest. That would be perfect pitch. Wow, impressive. But how many games is that person going to win if they don't know how to play the game? So relative pitch helps us play the game. You know, you dig? Everyone in their grandma would like perfect pitch, but learning relative is something every musician should do. Exactly. It's something that has to be learned. And I wish I had Jacob Collier's perfect pitch. I could go even farther with some of this stuff. But it is a savage take. But I do think it's really important to work on the relative pitch stuff. So anyway, but now a perfect pitch person could help me with this hard chord because this is a tough chord. It feels diminished to me, but it's not. I mean, it's straight up B flat major 7. And for some reason, to my mind, it sounds like a diminished chord, but it's definitely not. I don't even think there's a sharp 11 in there. There might be. I don't think I hear any natural in there. I don't think I do. No, I don't. I hear an E flat, though. Why do I hear an E flat? No, there's no E natural. Okay, cool. So we got these cool chords. We're almost done here with this really cool section. Cool. B flat major 7 to A set to B. Wow, that is hip as frick. I would never think to do that. That is freaking super hip. To B7, wow. And then it walks up E minor over F sharp, over G, right? Okay, the bass line just keeps walking up, slash chords. We learned about that in the last song. What a hip freaking song. Actually, it's actually not over. It's not that. It's D over F sharp. Oops. D over F sharp. It's G major. It's A minor. Very hip, very hip. Cool, that's fun. Thanks for the follow. We have a lot of new followers. Oh, Shut Up Kate didn't get her, I'm hoping. Didn't get, it says B flat major 7. It does. So you didn't get your subscription song. Shut up, Kate, I won't tell you what to do, 'cause you subscribe to me. I won't tell you to close them lips or stop uttering words. No, I will not. Shut up, Kate. I'm not telling you to shut up, it's not a directive for you. I just want to say your name. Your name is Shut Up, Kate. Well, what am I to do? By the way, my vocal mic is distorting. I need to turn down the gain setting for Shut Up, Kate. Shut up, Kate, subscribe to my channel so she gets a subscription song. Shut up, Kate, I'm just wearing a bathing suit. It's not a male pattern thong. It's not a thong, okay? It's appropriate for Twitch. It's just baby blue. They might be a little short, my shorts, but it's not a thong. Shut up, Kate. Shut up, Kate. Shut up, Kate. Shut up, Kate. 'Cause you subscribe to my channel. Shut up, Kate. So where does the B flat major come into context? Great question. We're back in the song now. So here's what's so freaking hip about this. If we can extrapolate this section, I have never really thought of this chord progression ever. I've never used it. It's so hip. It feels diminished, and we'll explain why in a second. This is awesome. What's happening here? Well, let's talk about it. B flat, D, F, A. Again, all that music theory is just combining fun colors. It's like green, red, and blue, and it creates a sound, right? What if it was red, green, and blue? The bottom thing was red, you know? I list Laura Romamo's song. Laura, did you subscribe? Oh, snap. Wait, what? I missed the Laura Romamo song? Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Can I just scroll up and figure out what's going on here? Because I missed something. I know, Schnapp. I was hearing diminished sound, too. I did Lionwell music. I don't see Laura subscribing right now, but I will give you the song. What did I miss? Exactly, B City. B City knows what's happening. Now there's also a D sharp. So the changed notes are going to be B. We're also going to change this. I should make this red. We have some common tones. We have some changed tones. This is D sharp. Oh, snap. This is going to be F sharp. But then this stays the same. So we have a common tone moment with everything else coming up a half step. Okay? So... Oh, no, my bad. Wait, yeah, that's right. Cool. So this happens. Let me go to my face cam so you can see the guitar better. Look at that. See that happening? A is common tone. So this... very cool. She said it was earlier. Oh, right as you started streaming. I missed your song, Laura. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, you can get a special one. Romano. Laura, subscribe to my stream. That's why it hurts. That's how it be. Oh, Laura, subscribe to my stream. Laura's already a VIP in this chat. Did you see that? I added you last night, matter of fact. There's only about 10 VIPs on my stream, and you're one of them. Let's explain why. Laura Romano is subscribed. Laura's been here since day one, and I'm swearing to God, so I'll stay alive. I need to get new words to use in my subscription song. But I know that Laura will keep subscribing all month long. Laura Romano gets this tension. Laura gets this tension true. 'Cause Laura gets what I'm about as a musician. She's the best, and now she's like a kin, like a family member. Laura Romano, thank you for keeping this channel true. I can't sing a low E because I'm a tenor. Flight band's now falling thanks to the Laura song. Laura, we love you. We're so glad you're here. And guys, we've gained a lot of followers and subscribers today, and we're dangerously close to 325 subscribers, which will make me so happy and I will lose my mind. That's right. You felt that moment as a fellow tenor. I really got to work on the compression setting for this because when I sing loud, it's not really kicking in, even though I have the threshold and ratio so absurdly hard. Laura! That's better. That's more compressed. That'll work. That'll do. The funny part is I don't know enough about video game composers' names to know who my favorites are. I'm forgetting the guy who did Zelda's compositions. He's done so many things. It's not Miyamoto because he's the actual producer of the game, but I'm forgetting his name. Koji Kondo. So yeah, thank you, Schnapp. So that would be one of my favorite composers for sure. I love the Final Fantasy things, and I forget that guy's name. Is that Koji as well? It'd be crazy if it is. But I'm more of a film composer guy. Nobu, got it. Okay, so I started as an actor. I was on a sitcom as a kid. I have acted in films. I was in a Billy Crystal movie as a kid. I love film. I love acting. I still do that. But then I fell in love with music theory and the guitar. So films still are my biggest source of inspiration as far as most things. And so I obviously love John Williams. I love John Williams. That's underselling that. Catch Me If You Can is a top 5 favorite score of mine. I love Danny Elfman. I love Dario Marianelli, mainly for his work on V for Vendetta, and then I discovered other pieces of his. I love Hans Zimmer, of course. I guess everyone does. So I'm really into. No, rest in peace, Ennio Morricone. I know. That was a tough day for a lot of my friends. Yeah, that sucked. That was just sad. He was thankfully lived a full life. Yeah, I just love great composers, and I love Mahler, and I love Dvorak, and I love so many composers. So anyway, that's my shiz. Let's finish this song. Let's keep going. We only got a minute and a half left. Or a minute left. We love this B flat major 7 B7 moment. We love that. And that walk up. Okay. We love that. Thanks for following, Bob Doodle. Oh, shit. That's a key change. Part of my French if my mom's here. Oh, God, that's awesome. Woo! Okay, sharp 5, sharp 9. When's the last time you heard a sharp 5, sharp 9 chord in a freaking video game? That is hip as F. Actually, there's no dominant 7 in it. It's a try with a sharp 5 and a sharp 9. That is hip. There's got to be another note in there. I'm missing a note. Maybe there's a dominant 7. Is that in there? It is in there. Okay, so it is dominant 7. It's just a really cool voicing. So, no, it's not that. It feels like that voicing. This is a tough chord, actually. It's a lot, because there's so much delay and... And then where's it go? Okay. No. That is super out, y'all. This might take me a minute. I have about 40 guitars. But it's not that. Nope. Nope. It's not that. No. I don't know what that second chord is. Hey, Canuck. Is it just the top note changing? Oh no, I went to a different song. Oh, that's Raven Simone. Hi, Ayn Run, welcome. So I messed up and went forward. I meant to click pause. Well, we know it's B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. We know that. B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. That's fine. That's fine, but the rest is very odd. So eventually we're going to break here and just have a B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. But what is this chord? Why am I struggling? This is where perfect pitch helps. We know that note. We all obviously the melody note we can hear. What are the internal notes that I'm missing? Oh jeez. Oh jeez, I'm crow. Down an octave. That didn't help us. Sorry, y'all. Isn't there a way to slow down time on YouTube? Playback speed. Let's do like 0.25%. Okay, I feel like I just took a lot of drugs and went to what's called heaven, where the God lives, because I just died of confusion. So, what happens is when you go between parallel keys, you go from E major to E minor, it's similar to in Zelda when it's like, oh, that's the witch, but she has a different costume in the underworld. Oh, that animal, that monster I fought shot fire, but in the overworld he shoots rocks. Like, oh, it's like the same but different. So watch what's happening here. Yikes, let's put that at full speed, because that sounds awesome, but it's also like, what's happening at this point? Are we demons? What's happening here? Check it out. C sharp minor 11. I am Riebo. Thanks for following. So, yeah. So, okay. Yes, exactly. We're going to C sharp minor. How does that relate to E minor? Well, what's the relative major of C sharp minor? Anyone have an answer for me? First answer gets a shout out. First answer gets a shout out. C sharp minor. What's the relative minor? Minor. Relative major. These are relatives. E, Enzo and Schnapp get shout outs. Yes, Enzo and Schnapp shouting you out. So check it out. E major. Interesting, because aren't we going from E minor? Oh, let's go back to this chart so you can see the page more. Huh. Let me circle that again for dramatic effect. Aren't we coming from E minor? And right now we're about to go to C sharp minor, whose relative major is E major. AKA what's happening here is we're going from E minor to E major. Now technically it's C sharp minor, but we're going parallel. Okay? So this key change gives us a lot of new sharps, but the general idea is we're going from E to E. One's minor, one's major. The diatonic chords are all totally different. But that's going to make us feel like, wow, I went to a new land. But it's not that new. There are a lot of common tones. It's not that new. So check it out. C sharp minor 11 is the first chord. To B major. Oh, actually, I was wrong. I heard that C sharp minor and assumed something incorrect. I was wrong. Just disregard everything I just said. Although that's what the ear hears initially, and then when it goes to B major, then it's really hip. So we're going to the 2 chord. This is really hip, guys. So what's the key signature of B major? Well, it's all these sharps. Okay? A lot of them. 5 sharps. Okay? So we're doing the 2 chord. This song's full of 2 5s, eh? But this is a 2 chord. C sharp minor, 11 technically for the melody note. And I think it's 2 bars of that. And then B major 7. This is really cool chaos. I love this song. Yep. Oh, this is so freaking hip. This is so freaking hip, dude. There's a lot happening here. I'll show you exactly how to analyze this. How I would analyze this so we can improvise over it. Super hip. No. It's actually dominant 7. Yeah, so this chord oftentimes sounds like a diminished chord, but there's no A natural, it's an A flat, or G sharp really. That's not happening. That's the difference between a dominant 7 in first inversion and a diminished chord. This song does rip, right, Enzo? So we're doing this F sharp. Oh, I'm sorry, not F sharp. G sharp. G sharp dominant 7 over. Huh. I guess we should call it A flat. Because I don't really want to call it. No, let's call it B sharp. That's fine. And then we're going to C sharp minor. Thanks for following, Axstream. Welcome. That's great. I'm going to do this because this is a different part of the phrase. 4 bars there and then 4 bars here. Okay, we're going to love this. We're going to totally analyze this. I maybe should drag this whole thing down, actually. Let's drag this whole thing down to make it nice and clean and crispy. Thanks for the noise. Who followed? Who subscribed? David Palacio, thank you for following. We're happy to have you here. All right. So C sharp minor again. Thanks for following KLAAC. Clack. Just came in after playing some piano. Awesome, your face. Well, welcome. We're doing some analysis of Undertale. The song is Death by Glamor. We're having a blast. And we've done this much work so far. Okay, we're doing a lot of talking. We're doing some drawing, mostly talking about the song. So by the way, Chaos, being in music performing arts versus Undertale seems to be better. I'm also curious what we do if we put ourselves in just chatting. Is that a terrible idea? Because we are chatting about music. I don't know. That might just be a nightmare. Thanks for following, Splurgus. Welcome. I totally will. Shut up, Kate. You got it. You better believe I will. He'll improv over once it's written all out. Exactly, Chaos. What Chaos said. It could be an experiment. It's not a bad idea. Okay. Oh, no, these are extensions being played at the same time. B7 sharp, 9 sharp, 5. They're all notes at the same time. Thanks for following Roflo Bear and Henry Not Thing and Not Shaman. Thank you for following, guys. I guess I'll call that D sharp minor, but there really kind of is a flat 6 melodically, but let's just keep it D sharp minor for now. And then G sharp minor. And then B dominant 7. Here's our secondary dominant note. Hey guys, hey RMC868 and Seth Shreb. Thanks for following, guys. Welcome. We're analyzing Undertale, and we're going to jam over in a second. Great, love it. This is so freaking sick. Dude, Chaos, this is such a great song, man. Thank you for picking this and helping people vote on this. Welcome to Matthew Chills. Okay, ready? Check this out. So, here's what's happening in this moment. So, we are briefly in the key of B major, right? And we're using this B dominant 7 chord as essentially a deceptive cadence to get back to C sharp minor. So, deceptive cadence is when you're in the key of, say, E major. Okay, and I do 5 chord, and I do 1, I do 5 chord, and I do 1. So 5 to 1, 5, oh geez, 5 to 1 equals authentic cadence. Okay, right, 5, 5, 1, 5 to 6, okay, equals deceptive. Here's how it sounds. Okay. So instead of bum bum boom, it's bum 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 bum. It deceives you. You think you're going to 1, but you're actually going to 6. Huh? 5 to 6. Interesting. So this is a deceptive cadence because here's what happens. It's sounds like it's going to go to the this E major, but it's not. It goes back to the C sharp minor. So it's like a deceptive cadence inside of a different key change where it's not even going to the 6th chord, but the mind experiences deception because we're waiting for. But we don't get that. We go. Oh, thanks, Fantastic Plastics. So this is a great thing to use in a song. If I'm writing a song that's if I want to have the tension build, so I don't want to resolve it. I don't want to go. Whoops, that fell. I don't want it to go. Bum, 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 bum. So if I wanted the chorus to hit, I'd go. I've been waiting for you so damn long. And when are you finally gonna come back home? Yeah, yeah. Whatever the song goes like, that's where it kind of resolves, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. So dumb at home. Right? That's resolving. What if I don't resolve? Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice, Jacob. Well, that's so sweet of you. Well, welcome to the channel. So if I go, and I can't wait for you to come back home, but I know you're never coming. You know, that deceptive cadence of it resolving not to the one, but to the minor, a whole step up. A minor, a whole step up. 5, 2, 6. A minor chord, a whole step up. 5 to 6. You go up one whole step, but make it minor. That's what's happening right here. B7 to C sharp minor. B7, C sharp minor. You dig? So that's a fun moment. I like that. But I also love how it makes you feel like that Music Soul Child song, which I said before. I said, I'm not trying to pressure you. Just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. I just wanna know your name, and maybe sometime we can hook up, hang out, just chill. Here's the B7 chord. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's nice. Leads you to that chord. Doesn't have to be dominant. If I didn't make it dominant, I'd go. That might be a Jack Johnson song. But Music Soul Child is da-da, must resolve down. Dig? So I love this part of the song. Now here's what's cool. That B7 chord, it's a secondary dominant moment until it's not. Until it is a dominant moment. Dominant chords happen on the 5th scale degree. Remember how this song was in E minor? Wasn't it an E minor? Huh. Interesting, a B7 chord being used deceptively to go back to C sharp minor and feeling like a secondary dominant. What if instead of being secondary dominant, it was our dominant again to get us back to E minor? It is. Just so you know. You live, you learn. Check it out. So, C sharp minor, B major 7. Oh, we're in B major 7. Very Sonic the Hedgehog. The music's glitching. Why is the music glitching? Here. E minor. Bam. That feels like a weird key change. Back to E minor. That's the 5, 7. To E minor. And we're back. It's a double plot twist. Exactly, Gru TV. Thanks for the follow, Guppy. What is the melody he just does? This freaking hit song too. This is the end of the song. Something like that. Anyway, you get the idea. So we love this song. We stand this song. Let's do another song. Let's keep going. We have 224 viewers on a music theory stream, and we keep gaining followers and subscribers, and I'm in awe of your guys' awesomeness. What I'm finding is Twitch is basically my home. I've been playing many venues in my life. I've played rock and roll venues. I've played jazz venues. Turns out Twitch is my venue because we nerd the F out here, and there's acceptance of that. But I'll do music theory of gaming, all that. Okay, guys, new song. We did a great job. We bless up Undertale, Death by Glamor. We nailed you. We learned about you. We had fun with you. Let's figure out what key this is in. Let's see. And remember, that was an E minor. E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor. So here is what key this song is in. that's the 4 chord. So 4 chord is E flat. Okay. Oh, I already gave it away. I was going to ask you guys. Sorry. I was going to give a giveaway if someone got it right. Sorry. I should have asked you first. I was going to say, all right, someone gets a shout out if they get what key this is in first, but I messed up. Sorry. And you have to find it by ear. So next time we do this, you have to find it by ear. So this already feels like Octopath Traveler. Now, how did I know it was the 4 chord? Well, because of this. Let's do some quick music theory. Undertale. Okay, Hopes and Dreams. I'm already loving this song. So, when you hear, remember before how we had this thing? We had 5 to 1 equals authentic cadence, right? 5 to 6 equals deceptive. Well, let's talk about another thing. This isn't really a cadence. This is a progression. When you do major triad, so we'll do X here. Our major triad is X, okay? And then we go to a minor triad. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Half Squad. Awesome. That's been all the kind of squad I can do. Down a half step, okay? So we modify it by going down a half step. Down a half step, X. Okay, this is kind of a confusing mathematical equation, but here's the point. Take a major triad, you go down a half step, and then play a minor triad, okay? Where does that happen in a major key? Well, I'll show you. And we're going to do a subscriber song for you in a second half squat, so stick around. So we do the 1 chord is major. Let me write this so you can see it. The 1 chord is major in a major key. The 2 chord is minor. Let's make that black. So red and black, okay? The 3 chord's also minor. The 4 chord is major. The 5 chord is dominant, but essentially the triad part of it is major. 6 chord is minor. 7 chord, we're going to make it blue. It's diminished. It's its own little thing. And then back to the 1 chord. Okay? Cool. Does anyone here raise your hand if you see a major triad and then a half step below that, a minor triad? Well, let's see. Well, here's a major triad, 1 chord. 1 chord, right? That's major. Is this 7 diminished chord minor? No, it's not. Okay? It's not minor. Therefore, this chord progression, when I heard it, the first thing I thought was, oh, nice, it's in the key of E flat major. And then I heard that. Down a half step, minor triad. So we know that it's not in the key of whatever that first chord was. That first chord is E flat major, but it's not the 1 chord because down a half step in a major key is diminished. All right, let's find another major chord. Here's another major chord. I found another one. I found a wild Charmander, a wild 5 chord. Here's a 5 chord. That's major, surely. Is this 4 chord minor? And is it a half step below? No, this is a whole step. Whole step. This is not a half step. This is not a half step. It's not a half step. Not a half step. It's a whole step. So this E flat chord is not the 5. What about this? Interesting. Dance, 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 dance. Major triad, down a half step. Minor triad, bam. This song's in the key of B flat major. Here's how I know that. E flat major triad. D minor. G minor. E flat major. We haven't heard a B flat chord yet, and yet this song's in B flat major. It's all about, when you're analyzing, it's all about recognizing what is the family these chords are from. That's all harmonic analysis is. What family are we coming from? Okay? So if I see Chaos Dragon, and then I see Chaos Bandito, and then I see Chaos Steve, I'm like, oh, you're the family of Chaos. You're like Chaos people. That's what you guys are. What if I see Chaos Dragon, and then Chaos's dad or mom? I'm like, oh, this is not the Chaos family. This is like your family, dude. Like your actual family. What if I see Chaos Dragon, then I see someone next to him on a computer, and they're all on Twitch. Oh, this is the Twitch family. Who Chaos Dragon is changes depending on the environment Chaos Dragon is in. E flat major does not matter without relativity. We have to know where it comes from. I did call you. I just was giving an analogy using you. So I love it, low distortion. Well, that's what we're trying to do on this. We're trying to make music theory relatable, like Carl Sagan made astrophysics relatable. That's what we're trying to do here. And one day I'll write a book on all this, and it'll be fun. But for now, we're starting with the stream. We're building this stream out by sharing this fun stuff that we have. Half Squad, I've not forgotten about you. I mean, you're still getting a subscription song. So This first chord progression is basically 4. It's 4, E flat for 2 bars, I believe, to D minor, which is the 3 chord. And all of these things matter is to let us know, and then the 6 chord, I believe, is to let us know what key we're in, so we know how to create melodies over without making mistakes, right? Now, I worked on a record. This is not name dropping, but it is name dropping. It actually is. I worked on a record that Justin Timberlake produced 12 years ago for a guy named Matt Morris. It's a great song. In fact, if I do a new tab right now, same key this song's in. YouTube. Check this out. YouTube.com. Where's the search bar? Why is the internet so slow? Okay. Check this out, guys. Same key this song's in.
Writing's not that easy, but...
Why is my internet so slow? So I play guitar on this record. Justin Timberlake produced it, and I play guitar on it. Listen to the end of the song. That's me. Okay, you recognize that type of playing. That's clearly me. So how did I play all those notes and make sure I didn't make mistakes? Well, I knew the family the chords were from. Those chords are... Oh, I thought it was the same key. It's D major. Set down a half step. Six, 4, 1. 5 in first inversion. 6, 4, 5. So when I knew the key, I now could play 7, 8 guitar parts and not make a mistake. There are at least 4 or 5 guitar parts happening. And they all work together because we know what family the notes are from. That was just a little bit of a self-indulgent trip down memory lane. But the point is that's what's happening in this song. As long as we know what the family of the key is and how the chords are operating, that song's called Live Forever. It's by Matt Morris. So as long as we know how the song is operating, we can now improvise over it, we can now compose over it, we can add proper melodies, and we can also understand why this song feels the way it does. Thank you for following KG Flounder. Also, real quick, I owe Low Distortion and Half Squat subscription songs. Half squat, half squat. Have you seen me at the gym? You know I can't get my butt all the way down. Half squat, subscribed. And I'm thinking about my thighs, how they can handle even more than one of you. Half squat, half squat. Half squat, half squat. Half step transition to the key we were in. You get half step transitions because you're half squat. Half squat, thanks for giving me money. So there's that for you, for subscribing. You get a cool sub badge. Low distortion, low distortion. You get a sub song when you subscribe to me. You get a sub song whether or not you want to get one from me. Low distortion, you subscribe, and you're getting a rolling sort of Bob Dylan vibe. How do you like that? Was that $2.50 that you paid me because it was $5 for you, but $2.50 was taken by Twitch? Worth it to you? By the way, we got Twitch concerts coming up 3 times a week. There's a donation thing at the bottom of the stream. If you pay money towards that, I'll do pretty much anything that you want. Cause I have no self-esteem. Have no self-esteem. Just kidding, I won't do anything you want. But I will do some cool stuff. Subscriptions get you a song. Thank you for the love, it's Leslie. Well, I'm actually a music and performing arts streamer. So I'm a professional artist from Los Angeles, California. That's what I do for a living, so I better be a good singer. Great. Oh, shit. We got another subscriber, guys. Bez the he. 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 I said Bez the he. I said Bez the he. Bez the he. Bez the he. I said Bez the he. Will your song have other lyrics as well? Bez the he. Bez the he. Bez. Bez the he subscribe. Are you a cool guy? Bez the he, Bez the he, Bez the he, you're a great dude. Bez the he, oh, you're certainly not rude to me. Cause you gave me $5 and Twitch took half of that. But honestly, I don't care because I have more subscribers thanks to you. Oh, Bez the he, Bez the he. Bez the he. Thank you for subscribing, Bez the he. Thanks, Figga. Well, that's my thing. I'm an improviser, and we're talking about giving you guys tools so you can improvise by using famous video game songs that we analyze together. And we give you those tricks. I'm using all these tricks. That's all I'm doing. I'm using tricks I'm teaching you guys. God, I love this song so freaking much. I want to play a magical freaking fantasy game right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, G minor. Again, repeat. How many times though? 2. 4. Aw, thanks, Guru TV. Well, saying yes to every gig I ever got hired for. Okay, the tone just changes, but the same harmony. So I might be saying something that's beneath some of you guys. You might be like, obviously, but some might not know this. Raise your hand in the chat, and I should get a hand raise emote. Raise your hand if you know that the only thing that changed is rock drums came in, more rock tones came in. The melody's the same, the chord changes are the same. All that changed there, thank you, Low Distortion, all that changed there was the tone of the instruments. Some people might not know that in this chat. You might think, oh, clearly everything changed. Music's a mystery to me. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Oops. What happened is the same melody, same chord changes, different instruments. And this is why orchestration is so important. My girlfriend and I saw a Dvorak 6th Symphony. I think it was the 6th. Could be the 9th. I think it was the 6th. We saw it at Walt Disney Concert Hall. And the opening act, as it were, the modern composer that played before the big hit, was great. It was good. But I left the room thinking, I thought that Walt Disney Concert Hall would sound better than this. I thought it would be tuned better for an orchestra. It just didn't sound as good as I was hoping it would. And we both agreed. She's like, yeah, it sounds great, though. But yeah, you're right. She's a brilliant musician herself, so we're on the same page as far as those things. Exactly, Jacob. Different timbre. Exactly. We go back in and hear Dvorak. Oh my God, that was the best sounding concert of my life. I was losing my mind. She was actually really tired because it had been a long weekend for her. She flew out to visit me for just a weekend. And I was like, you gotta, oh my, she's like enjoying it, but I was just wired because of how good it sounded. Why did it sound so good? Because Dvorak knew how to orchestrate. It's all about orchestration, man. What kind of voice is playing that instrument? It's great. So you got that 16-bit sounding sine wave vibe of the melody. It's like an arcade, actually. It's not really 8-bit. It's not really 16-bit. It's like an arcade MAME. Is that the name of the arcade emulator? MAME? Am I making that up? Yeah, me too, Chaos. So what's the name of? It's MAME, right? The emulator for arcade games. MAME, cool, great. So that's like a total MAME soundboard. 5. And just a little walk up. Oh. Okay. 5, good. 2, C minor. D minor, 3 chord. 4 chord, very simple. F, 5 chord. A 5 sus, really. Okay. This song's very diatonic. And we've talked a lot about diatonic stuff in this chat. On this stream, we talk about it all the time. Great. Okay. Cool. I really want to do Shovel Knight one of these days. Thanks, KG Flounder. I appreciate that love. Thanks for following more Mahone, 9, and King Brits. So what's diatonic means? Let's answer that question. Whoa, key change. No 5 chord needed. No 5 chord needed. That's like a David Foster key change, or a Mariah Carey key change, or a Tony Braxton key change, aka David Foster key change. You just go right to the key. That was a half step, I believe. But let's just quickly explain diatonic. So all diatonic is what family is it from? Okay? So if we're in the key of B flat major, thanks for the follow, Olson Seth. What's going on? Thanks for following. So we're in the key of B flat major, okay? Oh, let me make this visible for you. So we're in the key of B flat major, okay? So here are the notes we're allowed to choose from. What I'm trying to tell you is that everything you've heard in this song has these 7 green notes I'm about to write out. Okay, B flat major scale has these notes. Maybe the chat, we can go on a little train right now. Shovel Knight has some great music. What are the notes in B flat major, guys? B flat's the first note. Yeah, if you guys want private lessons too, I give guitar lessons and you get way more bang for your buck. Although this is free, so I guess this is more bang for your buck. Super rad stream, dude. Thanks, Broccoli. Call you on Austin Show, jamming out to your music online. Do you do theory on other days? So, Broccoli, I only do music theory of gaming on Sundays at 5 p.m. PDT. But I might do more one day, but I love doing these. B flat, C, D. We're going in the right order. Correct, everyone. What's our 4th note? Thanks for giving the schedule, Chaos. What's the 4th note? We have B flat, C, and D. You guys are correct. That means we don't have a B natural. Nope. We do not have a D flat or C sharp. Same thing, right? And harmonic tones. What else we got? Wonder if someone got it right. I see an E flat. Okay, what's our 5th note? Great. Would you be able to help with that? KG flat, I can totally help with bass. We can spend an hour doing diatonic harmony, and I give you a whole packet. You get a huge packet from me, and I'd totally do it. Yeah, the 75 half an hour, $100 an hour, 150 for an hour and a half, and we go nuts. F, correct. What's our 6th note, guys? Is it G, G flat? What is it? I wonder. We do not have E natural. Okay. F, I'm eating with one hand and modding with the other. Pro. Thanks for the follow, Rascally Poet. G, correct. What's our 7th note, guys? We got 6 notes. We need 7. G as in goob. Multitasking mod. H. Oh, Best Be Steady is making. Okay. Just so you know, he wasn't just joking. Unless you were joking. But do you know about how in Germany they had an H note? That was legit. That was a legit theory joke you just made. Don't make me pull that up on Wikipedia, because I will. I will pull that up on Wikipedia. H note, Wikipedia. There was a time where people in European countries, they would call H the 7th note of fixed note of solfege. So that's fantastic that you made that joke without even knowing. God bless. All right, so diatonic means it's from this family, relating to this tonic of B flat major, this key center. So it's relating to this. So these notes are of the family of B flat major. I should make this blue because that's going to be really confusing when everything else is red. So these are the notes that literally every chord you are hearing in this song is created from. it is not created from these black keys, if you will. The 5 black keys on a piano, those are not in the key signature. When you move the keys, it doesn't just become black keys. In C major, it's the black keys, but in the key of B flat major, it's some black keys, some white keys. So we have no G flats / F sharp, same note, different name. We have no A flats or G sharps. So these 5 notes are no-goes, and yet these green notes are goes. So let me prove it to you. E flat major, how do we spell that? E flat, G, B flat. Oops, there's no D in this. Look at those notes. E flat, G, B flat. Let's go to the next chord. D minor, D, F, A. Would I lead you guys astray? I would not. I can tell by hearing this, as you will be able to if you continue with your theory education and stuff. I can tell that there are only diatonic notes happening in this. I don't hear any I don't hear any B naturals. I don't hear that note. I don't hear any D flats. None of those notes are happening. D, F, A. Okay, that's happening. D minor. G minor, how's that spelled? G, B flat, D. Again, all green notes. You won't see a red letter happen because all these chords are diatonic. Oh my God, C minor. It's like a magic trick. C flat G. D, F, A. Okay, interesting. E flat, G, B flat. Again, all these notes are coming from these green notes. F, A, C. All these notes happen here. You don't see any B's, D flats, E's, G flats, A flats. You don't see them. So this song is very diatonic. And now it's about to be diatonic in a new key. Okay? 5, F, G minor. And then, I'm pretty sure that's just C sharp minor. The whole thing just happens up a whole half step. Just jumps right there. Now, normally when you change keys, you might want to hit a 5 chord before it, but they don't. They just jump to the key. Okay? Same thing. So let's just chill and enjoy this. Nice. All right. Shout out to whoever gets those chord changes first. It's all diatonic. We're in the key of B. Pretty new to the stream. Not sure if you have done it already, but can you go in to transposing in the next one a little bit? I played bari sax for 9 years, but I played contrabass clarinet, but most pieces didn't have contrabass parts, so I would play the tuba part. Sorry for the long message and thank you. No need to apologize, King Brits. So you want to know about transposing for different instruments, essentially? Because baritone sax, as I remember from high school, is an E-flat instrument. We can talk about that. So I'll play it again. I want to see someone give me the answer, okay? So the only hint I'll give you is we're in B major, and these are all diatonic chords, okay? So I want to hear, is it the 4 chord, the 6 chord, the 3 chord? I want to hear the order from you guys. There's the start of it. Welcome, your face. All right, what were those chords? What was the first chord you heard? Was it the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 1 chord, the 6 chord, the 3 chord, the 2 chord? What was it? Very close, RMC. Very close. A lot of people are subscribing. Dang, I need to like freaking. Oh, Sally Octo gave out 5 tier community subs. Thank you so much. I'll give you a subscription song in just a moment. We're about to hit 350, guys. I think we're going to hit 350 today. So very close. Believe it or not, this first chord, RMC, is a 3 chord. Because we're still in B major, right? We're in B major now. So the first chord is 3 major. So what are we listening for? We're listening for a minor triad that goes up a half step to a major triad. We already talked about this. Major triad going down a half step to a minor triad. You could just as easily reverse this and do a minor triad going up a half step to a major. This first chord is the 3 chord to the 4 chord. Okay? So it's 3. But I love that you hopped in and went for it. And you got a lot of this stuff right. So it's 2 bars of this. I messed up, but whatever. Okay. So these chords are still using the 3 chord that's using the song. It's just using it a different way, different order. Good morning, Fear Fresh. Three, 4, 3 again. F sharp to G sharp minor. So 5, 6. Again. Now, why is this song called Hopes and Dreams? I'll tell you. Cool. And eventually back to the 2, 3, 4, 5. Great song. So why is the song called Hopes and Dreams? Well, 3 chord to 4 chord feels very much like Hopes and Dreams. I could write a song right now called I hoped and I dreamed, and I'll keep on waiting by the side of the street. I want for you to believe that I just need you. I'll be waiting till that day for you and me to run away. Do you think that you might want that too? Oh, the Hopes and Dreams. Come back to the Hopes and Dreams. Hopes and Dreams, the name of the song. I am live, Nabioti. So Hopes and Dreams, 3 to 4 is a very hopeful sound. Whereas if the song were called Settled, the chords would be 5, 1. I'm so settled. I'm just so damn settled. Whenever I think of what I want to do, my free will takes over and it settles the score for you. You know? Whereas Hopes and Dreams, 3 to 4, is it going to happen? Right? You dig? We did 3 songs. We did Megalovania. Okay, let's go through these. We did Megalovania. We had a great time doing that. D minor / chord. You get the idea. And how it feels like a powerful song because of that. Bombardactyl, welcome. Thanks for following. We did Undertale Death by Glamor. We talked about key changes. We talked about going to B major 7 and how that subverted things. We talked about the amazing turnaround of a major 7 down a half step from a 5/7 chord and how that shares common tones of the A, but the other 3 notes come up a half step. We loved that moment we learned, and we will use that in our songs moving forward. Undertale Hopes and Dreams, we talked about recognizing diatonic harmony, hearing the 4 chord go to the 3 chord. We had a great time there, didn't we? We learned about diatonic notes. We learned about how every single chord here is from a green note. Green notes are the diatonic key notes we are coming from. They are all built of that, which is why the song is diatonic, and you can solo in it using B flat. So we had a great time today. We learned a lot.